Hello, everyone. I am Maddie, a comic artist and illustrator. I am here to talk about something that's been a passive thought throughout my life and has been hitting me hard the past couple weeks. And I think that it's something that probably a lot of you guys deal with as well. I know that it's pretty common for artists, and that is not feeling like your art will ever be good enough. Now, I don't want to be a total downer in this video, and I do want to keep it nice and positive, and this is my second time recording this, so hopefully this time it works out, and we will just dive right in, because I know that this is a common feeling and we all want to feel better and we all want to do better and we all want our art to improve and feel good about what we're doing. So, my art will never be good enough. I might try and talk myself into feeling good about my art, and that is good. Sometimes you just gotta fake it. That's just how it is, and that's fine. But really, on a level, I know my art is pretty good, but I always feel like it's not good enough. I might like a drawing at one moment, and then the next day I want to change it, or I just don't like it at all anymore. Whenever I create a piece that I think is good, a lot of the time I feel like it somehow was a fluke, or I'm not really good at drawing and it was just a lucky day or whatever. And a lot of people struggle with imposter syndrome, which I guess is what this is called, and eventually it does pass, at least for me. It kind of comes and goes. But when you're working on a project that has a deadline, you don't always have time to just let it pass and work on it when you are feeling at your 100% creative best. So what I'm going to do is talk about a couple of ways that I have combat this feeling and made it so I either felt better about my artwork in the end, or was able to kind of push through, or anything like that. Obviously, if it's your job or anything like that, you just have to do it, and that's just how it is. But here's some ways that maybe you can feel better about it. First, I would say if you are able to take a break and do something for yourself. Now, this is something that is hard for me personally to do because I'm a stay-at-home mom and my husband works long hours. He works 6 days a week. So, I basically, it's me and the baby all day, every day. I don't get too much of a break. On Sundays, I work at a part-time job just to get out of the house a little bit. So, there's not a ton of time for me to get away and do things like these voiceovers, for example. But I do occasionally sneak away and get some of that done. And it's mostly because I have to juggle whether I want to spend that time with my husband, because I don't see him very much, and let him take over watching the baby, and me go do whatever I need to do. And I think that there's a balance there. I do need to still be independent and do things for myself, but I am a mom, so I need to make sure my son is taken care of and happy and healthy first. The way that I've been able to kind of sneak in a little bit of relaxation every day is just taking a couple extra minutes in the shower just to kind of decompress and relax a little bit and enjoy some quiet, because with a toddler and a crazy dog, my house is never very quiet. And sometimes I just need a couple extra minutes of quiet. Now, this could be different for you. I am a total introvert, so quiet and being by myself is how I recharge. If you are an extrovert or someone that gets energy from being around other people, and I know it's been a weird year and a half for people that need that social interaction, but I guess if you're going about it safely, then spend time with some people or call people or talk to people. But for me personally, I need some alone time to chill out, and I feel like a lot of artists tend to be in that introvert category. Now, second I have here is identify what it is about your artwork that you're not liking and try to do studies to work on it. This can act as your warm-up sketches for the day, especially if you are someone where you're doing this as a job. I highly recommend doing warm-ups for anybody, but especially if you're feeling this way, then do some warm-ups before you really dive deep into your artwork for the day. And make that a focus of what has been bothering you about your artwork. Now, for me, 9 times out of 10, it's faces and also hair that I tend to have issues with and that I always feel insecure about. I have collected so many art books to study from, whether it's from when I attended art school or just collected in general, like at the bookstore or whatever, to work from. And I highly suggest the Andrew Loomis books, especially if you are having issues with faces. I believe he has a book on hands and perspective. He has amazing books. They are kind of dry, they're not exciting, but they will teach you so much if you just try and recreate his artwork. And I know that he has a book based on the human head, so I will be working from that because I see other artists that I enjoy their artwork, and the way they draw faces is just incredible. It looks so good, and the features on the face just seem to fit together like perfect puzzle pieces. Just they fill out the face so great, and then the hair is so, I don't even know. I don't want to say flowy because not all hair is flowy, but so many of these people that I admire their artwork, their hair, the way they draw hair is just absolutely incredible. And I feel like the way I draw hair is clunky, and I don't know. It's something that I know I want to work on, and so that should be before I start drawing, just doing some warm-ups from an Andrew Loomis book on facial features, and then maybe looking at some photos and trying to recreate the hair that I like and the way I want to draw it. And even really, I could take a whole day and do that, but I would like to get this comic I'm working on done eventually, and so I can't spend all of my time just working on studies. Anyway, so the next point I have here is to look at your old artwork and see what it is you like about it, or alternatively, if you absolutely hate all of the artwork from your past and just are having a real hard time, then I definitely suggest looking at some artists that you admire, that you like their artwork, and see why you like their artwork. There's a lot of things you can learn from looking at artists that you like, seeing why you like their artwork. Really dissect it. Don't just look at it as a whole piece, and really see, oh, how do they draw eyes? What kind of line art do they do? Or if they don't have line art, like how do they use brush strokes? Things like that. What colors do they use? How do they use them? And I think it's really gonna teach you a lot about how that artist thinks and processes things. If you really start dissecting the artwork like that, and then you can kind of implement, oh, I like the way they drew eyes in this piece, or I really like how they do this with their line art, or anything like that. It's good to kind of branch out and do something a little bit different than you're used to. And sometimes that can be refreshing, even just draw in a completely different style and see if you like it. Just kind of get your gears turning, work in a different medium. If you pretty much only do digital art, maybe try doing an acrylic painting, or even just switching to a sketchbook. Sometimes that will kind of get your creativity flowing. And 5 is just know that eventually it will pass and you'll start feeling better and you'll start feeling productive again. And I know that when you are working with a deadline, you can't just wait for it to pass, but even if you just push through it and maybe you don't like everything that you create and you're not totally happy with everything that you've made, just eventually feeling like you aren't doing well and you're not deserving of the thing that you're working on or anything like that, you're gonna feel better and you're gonna do better eventually. And honestly, sometimes it just feels good to know that other people have these same thoughts and feelings as you, and that's why I wanted to make the video. I don't want to be a total downer, but life isn't always happy and feeling good. Sometimes we forget that it's okay to actually have these negative feelings. It's just how you approach them that determines whether they can bring you up or down. If you need help, just remember to reach out to friends and family or even mental health professionals if you're really struggling. And know that a lot of artists deal with not feeling good enough and feeling like they don't deserve success or recognition. But I'm here to tell you that you do deserve success and fulfillment. You do deserve to take time for yourself, and you do deserve to be able to work on your artwork and improve and feel good about what you do. Well, that's all I have for this video, and I hope you enjoyed listening to my thoughts and my rambles. If you want to hear me talk about more art topics or just other life experiences and watch me draw, then be sure to like and subscribe. And leave some comments with ways that you combat this imposter syndrome feeling or art block, or just in general not feeling good about your artwork, and maybe we can help more people together. And as always, make sure you check me out on all my social media at Maddie Bloom Art, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.